Hey guys, this is Gamer. Welcome back to more Pokemon Sword Shield, the Isle of Armor expansion. We are still in the midst of those weird mushrooms over there. And yeah, just still in the general area of the last part, in the training lowlands. Yeah, I imagine there's going to be something good to do with those mushrooms later on. An upgrade. It's here! It's here! This is one of the other Pokemon I really wanted to see come in. Oh man. I really wanted it in this particular expansion too. I don't think it's going to see nearly as much play in the Crown Tundra when all the legendaries come back. But, oh, Pinsir's here too, nice. Yeah, I was really hoping that Porygon would be one of the ones that come back because, heck, Dusclops. Porygon 2 is where it's at. I really want to see Porygon 2 come into play. Dusclops is probably still going to be the Trick Room setter that most people use, but I think because of how many ghost types and stuff there are, yeah, Porygon 2 is going to put a bit of a dent in the likes of Dragapult, which could be very powerful. Also, get wrecked, Barrascuda. Every time. Poor Barrascuda just cannot catch a break. Okay, yeah, so it makes sense with Cypher being here that Pinsir would be as well. Maybe, I wonder if Heracross is back as well then. Again, by the time this stuff comes up, yeah, maybe we'll have already seen. But, yeah, I don't know, this is kind of neat. Pinsir probably won't see any play whatsoever without its Mega Evolution. I don't honestly think Pinsir is any good without its Mega. The Mega is what made it, and even then it was a very niche pick for VGC. So I can't see this actually being something that people seriously consider when, you know, like Scizor and whatnot is in play. Because the Mega Evolution is what helped out a lot. You got Flying Stab, Aerialate boosted as well, which is really good. Seriously. Seeing it... Oh, it's got Sword Stance too, right. Yeah, and I mean, Max Fighting isn't even a good non-stab max move. And like, it just gets bodied by flying attacks, which is really bad. I don't even think it's got that good of a coverage pool either. I think it's got what? It's got Ground and Rock, which is fine. But yeah, Pinsir's just not a particularly good Pokemon by itself. Never really has been, I don't think. Figure more impressive Pinsirs. Make for the... Yep, that is a way of putting it, alright. Yeah, so... Unfortunately, that is definitely not going to be top of the game here, but it is still a very cool Pokemon to have back in general. There's a staircase and stuff up there. I kind of want to go there. I mean, there's a lot over here which I have yet to see, so I guess there's a bunch of places I could go, but let's go this direction. Hey, Golduck. Golduck is another one. I'll say this was one that was actually revealed. Right, this is one we knew was coming back. Golduck is another Pokemon that I did not have. Oh, I should have healed. It's another Pokemon I did not have a, you know, a baseline one to work with. I actually would need to breed this from scratch. I don't think. Oh wow. I don't think Golduck's gonna do anything. Realistically speaking, it did stuff in 2017 because of the restricted format. We have better Swift Swim users right now than what Golduck can provide. Cloud9 is cute, but I don't think Golduck's stats are strong enough to really use it. So I also don't think that's going to be in play. Oh, Wonder Room, that's interesting. Considering... Okay, so actually I'm not too aware of how Wonder Room works with stat changes. It looks like it doesn't matter, so that's fine. And then it just copied my stat changes? Wait, so now it's at neutral, right? Yeah, that's kinda cool, I guess. It should mean that this will do twice as much damage, right? Yeah. This Golduck can't really do anything, right? Hydro Pump is its one attack. Okay. What a terrible moveset this thing has at that level. It's kind of unfortunate for it. That's fine. So what we got? Netball? Yeah, so I don't know. Golduck won't see play, I don't think. Some people might try it, but then some people also tried Cramorant. So, you know. Sorry, Bertus, but it's kind of true. Cramorant is not exactly that great. So I don't know. I don't really have a lot else to say with it. I think its move pool is sort of okay, right? Doesn't it have like Focus Blast? It's got Psyshock. Obviously Water Ice. I don't think it has much else, which is a bit of a disappointment when Hidden Power is not a thing. But I don't know. Stranger things have happened, right? I just don't see why you would use this over like any of the other Swiss swimmers. I mean, Barraskewda has got a much better move pool as one example. There are so many to look at that I just don't know what you would really be doing with a Pokemon like that. But I've been wrong in the past. Actually, didn't we get an item that would be worth looking at here? Oh no, that was just the ore, right? Or, yeah, there was a key item or something. No, Stalker, pass. Yeah, not really. Okay, that's fine. Okay, there's a thing over here, and a Lillipup that I couldn't see. That's cute, I guess. That's all good. So we don't really need to fight any of these things. We also don't really need to do any of the other shenanigans off of all this. It's just find the things. But like Carbos. Carbos is kind of cool. Yeah, I should really do some fishing at some point because I have a feeling that might be how like Poliwag gets brought up. There's Herdier there too. Guess I could catch that. Maybe I have a Farfetch'd. Oh, okay. Not at the moment. Because I don't actually have a spare Farfetch'd with me right now. But cool, I guess if you wanted to get the Cantonian Farfetch'd, that is definitely one way of doing it. Yeah. Herdier is also really cool. Oh, I just... whoops, not actually what I wanted to use, but whatever. Just Dog with Mustache is just generally cool, I guess. As a Pokemon. Aww. Would have been nice if it worked, but whatever. Reversal is an interesting move. Like, it does have the full 100 base power when you... I got intimidated, didn't I? This isn't going to do much. Yeah, it does have that 100 base power max knuckle. Again, I just don't think it's really strong enough to make good use of that. Oh no! Okay, Raw failed. I guess Raw failed because I'm a higher level? I think that's how it works in the wild. Whatever. I don't even necessarily need to catch this because I have the other two. I just want to. Kind of making it a goal at the moment of catching like all the different things that I spot. So, you know, it's something you can do. Yep. Smart and friendly Pokemon. So much so as Fury. Ah, first partner. So I guess Herdier is the true starter Pokemon, huh? Alright, what else have we got over here? There's a rare raid down over here. It's interesting. Guess I can see what that's all about. Is there no sparklies over here? Just a raid down, okay. That is Gigantamax Venusaur. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Wow, I've already caught that many Pokemon here, huh? Okay, so what do I want to use? Prim is definitely an option. Because Dragapult is probably fine. Yeah, let's use Dragapult. It's got an expert, but that's annoying. Okay. Can't select a Pokemon in a battle team. Well, you know what then? Let's just remove all these from the battle team. Because, yeah. Definitely, as I said before, want to use level 100, especially against a Gigantamax opponent here. I think it is absolutely a guarantee that you would want to use this. And yeah, I might as well do it because this is one of the new things that's in this particular... I don't necessarily want to use Max... what's its face though, do I? Max Flare on this. Because it might have Chlorophyll. Which would be real bad. Yeah, it looks like we've got exactly the same partner Pokemon and stuff here. Oh, it goes straight for shields though. Okay, never mind. I can Max Flare to my heart's content. So this looks like a really bad set because they're all weak to grass or poison. This looks like it's going to end very poorly. And this is the annoying thing with the raid battle stuff, is you can't do raid battles with the AI, like, ever, really, because they're just so bad, and it doesn't look like we got any new ones. So this is still gonna end in disaster, right? At least they are slightly higher leveled than the Venusaur, so there is that going for me. And I should still do a lot of damage. Yeah. That's like without any defense buff. The max strike. Okay. Huh. Not what I expected. So we get the high horsepower. I don't remember, is Togepi going for... Yeah, it is going for an attack, so we are going to get shields broken turn 1. That's good. So there's the first barrier down. Venusaur looks so derpy, by the way. I do think this is going to be a ridiculously good Pokemon now. Oh, Growth too. Yeah, I definitely don't want to Max Flare this. I think I'm going to Max Phantasm. Because if I Max Flare that, then it's going to be able to double buff in the sun. And that's not pretty. Also, Max Phantasm gives a defense debuff. So the Mudbray will do more damage, and that Sucker Punch, I guess, will do more damage. So this seems good. And now I'll Max Flare on the shield. Seed Bomb. I guess I could have Worm-Winded. I didn't think it was gonna go for a physical move. But yeah, I think this guy is gonna be really, really strong. Because the G-Max effect, for those who don't know, for the other Cantonian starters, the G-Max effect is basically the same as Wildfire, except it works based on the type of the Pokemon rather than, you know, being just on fire. So, G-Max Venusaur is going to do 1/6 of your HP in damage at the end of every turn for 4 turns, unless you are a Grass type. And Venusaur is already, like, really, really good as is. You give this thing, yeah, G-Max Vine Lash over here, we'll get to see it now. Wow, get wrecked. Oh man, that looked painful. Yeah, so Mudbray's gonna die at the end of this turn. Your allies got trapped with vines. The Maractus would not get hit, but it just straight up died, so I guess there is that. That's unfortunate. Yeah, but the Mudbray does get to attack, which is good. Does a reasonable bit of damage considering it's at -5 defense. And Swift. Yeah. So now we get to see the Vine Lash damage. Ferocious Beating. Oh god, ow. Okay. That's painful. Yeah, rip. So it does so much damage as well at the end of every turn. G-Max Charizard is already really, really powerful just because of how, like, buffed up that effect is. So, yeah, seeing that effect on Venusaur as well. I don't think Blastoise is really going to see that much use, although its effect is strong. But, like, Water is the most common type of the game, so I don't think it's going to be particularly playable. Blastoise already hasn't been seeing that much use as it is, and not being able to set the rain up with its effect. Like, Charizard can get away with it because, like, Torkoal is really good, right? You can afford to use Torkoal, or even sometimes Ninetales because of Hypnosis, etc. You can afford to use those Pokemon with Charizard to set the sun up because they're just naturally really good. But Blastoise, like, you had to use Politoed. Oh, well, you can use Politoed now. You had to use Pelipper before, and Pelipper is really, really bad in this format. Like, it just does not stack up at all compared to the other weather setters, so... Oh, hey, we actually get Venusaur's thing here now. That's cool. I guess because I don't have them on my game yet. It's interesting. Yeah, because I haven't taken them over from Pokemon Home, so I suppose that's why we would see the thing there. But still, real nice to get a G-Max Venusaur here. It does have Chlorophyll too, so I was right not to go with that. Yeah, so I can use that now, and I can get everything I want from there. All right, very solid. Good start to proceedings here. Okay, and that is exactly why you want to use something like level 100 Pokemon, though, to get that going. Challenge Road. Interesting. So there's gonna be... So speaking of favorite Gen 2 Pokemon, I mentioned last time that Kingdra is one of my favorite Gen 2s. This is like my actual favorite Gen 2 Pokemon here. Hello. I don't think it's going to actually see play, because I think Corviknight is just better. However, that doesn't stop me from absolutely loving that this thing exists. I guess Rip Singles in a way though, because like Skarbliss is a thing in Singles again, but I don't care about that because you can't really play it on in-game anyway because of the 20-minute time limit. So I don't care about that bit. I have always loved Skarmory. It's such a cool Pokemon. I don't know. Bird that is also metal is just such a great thing to me. I did use this quite a lot in like Pokemon Stadium as well. This was another one of the, not like the best Pokemon that I had, but it was definitely up there. And this is one of the few Pokemon that I actually used a status move on back as a kid, because I used Toxic on this thing. I was actually kind of surprised at myself with that. It was like Drill Peck, Steel Wing, Toxic, and I don't actually remember what was the other move. Probably not anything too fancy. I don't even remember what it got in Gen 2 that I could have used, so... I don't think it even got spikes in Gen 2. That was the weird bit. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's not exactly the easiest of Pokemon to catch. Being all honesty, it's got quite a low catch rate. So I'm not really too surprised that it's breaking out the stuff here. So what's it got? It's got Spikes, Brave Bird, Metal Sound. I suppose I should probably switch to Corviknight in order to block out the Brave Bird damage, like to mitigate that. If there's one thing that Skarmory might be able to be useful with though, it's the fact that it gets Swords Dance and has weak armor. Like that is one potential way that it gets to do stuff, because I think even at like -1 defense, it's still super good at that stat. So I wouldn't be too surprised if it could still take a lot of good hits at that stage. And if you could get a Swords Dance boost on this thing, maybe it's okay. It's kind of hard to say, because honestly, it just doesn't have a very good attack stat. Like, Corviknight is just better in that aspect. Corviknight's got mirror armor too, so Skarmory and Corviknight fight viciously over territory. That seems about right, to be honest. The two metal birds. Okay, let's heal up Barrascooter. I keep forgetting to do it after all. Let's actually be nice to it. He says as he uses an energy root, but happiness is barely a thing in this game, so... Alright, so what have we got in here? Rock and Roller is there. I heard something come at me. Salandit? Okay, that's boring. We already have this from before. Female Salandit at least, that's kinda neat, but not really the goal here. Yeah, I don't see anything else in the grass, so whatever. Everstone, okay. Pretty good. More Skarmory, that's Lycanroc up there as well. This is another one I'm actually excited for. Not necessarily this Lycanroc, but of course Lycanroc has got 3 different forms to it. One of which is actually good, the Dusk one. Priority Rock has always been something that has been interesting to me. It doesn't have the Z move anymore, the Splintered Storm Shards, I think it was called. So it doesn't have access to that anymore, but it's still got Tough Claws, which is really good. It has quite a lot of coverage. Have to see what sort of moves it actually gets here, but it's also very fast for the tier as well, right? I don't know all of the Pokemon that have come back yet, so there's a possibility that it's not that impressive. But yeah, Midday one is fine. Midnight one is really bad, but I think the Dusk one is the most interesting. That's the one that I would expect to see play. Okay, so this is one of the story beat things, which we are obviously not going for at the moment. I'm just looking around and seeing what stuff we can discover, because I think that is more important right now. Because I'm just interested to see a lot of the Pokemon that have come back. That's another Roggenrola, yeah. Alright, what do we got here? Heartstone, Armorite Ore, that's good. And nothing else over here, okay. So what? I wonder. Oh, that was dumb. Hey, it's so cute. Rockruff was one of my other favorite like Gen 7 Pokemon. I actually used Lycanroc in game in my original playthrough of Pokemon Moon. I had to get a Lycanroc traded to me from, or was it? It's either traded to me or I think it was. I think I traded my Rockruff over so I could still have same trainer ID and such. But I had to get one traded over because Lycanroc obviously evolved by which game you were in at that point. Like the Rockruffs in Pokemon Sun would evolve into the Midday form, and the Pokemon Moon ones evolved into the Midnight one. So I had to get it traded over, which was a little bit annoying, but it was fine. Like, I wanted to use Midday form, but I had the wrong game for it, so you know, it is what it is. Okay, I do see an item over here. Is this anything noteworthy? Muscle Band. Yep, that's kind of noteworthy. So not the greatest item ever. It doesn't really see play normally in competitive. It's only a 10% boost after all, but it is a boost to any physical attack. So it can be nice if you don't want to lock yourself into like Choice Band. There's seriously a den behind here. I have a feeling getting raid dens and stuff here is going to be an absolute pain in the butt. Alright, black glasses. Again, not too bad of one to find. You can get black glasses in the main game as well. Throat Chop. Alright, still not the worst items to get. Really do wish it was another TM though. I've said this a few times, but it would have been so nice. Anyway, I can't do anything with that because I don't have the story stuff going right now. That is fine. What I do want to do though is go into the cave over here. Last time we went into a cave it was pretty good. Alright, are you gonna just do some cute stuff? You are gonna do some cute stuff. Well, ain't that precious. Alright, Salandit, go away. I don't care about you. Oh, this is one that I want though. So, I'm not sure how I feel about Mienshao. Or Mienshao, however you want to say it. I've always said Mienshao. I'm not sure how I feel about this Pokemon. It is really frail, but it is very fast for this gen. Got a decent attack stat. I don't think I have one that's got Reckless, but it's got 3 good abilities. Like, Regenerator is not bad at all. Like, if you take weak hits, you can like U-turn out and do some good stuff with that. It has Inner Focus, which is very good this gen. Blocking Intimidate is always nice. And it has Reckless as an option as well. With Reckless being very good with its high jump kick, but not very good with Dynamax. So To be fair, like, Intimidate is not the greatest with Dynamax either, but it still stops you from getting intimidated whilst you're maxed. So I think the main problem with Mind Shower maybe is that I don't know if it's strong enough for how frail it is. Wow, it was critical catch and it still failed. Because this thing only has, what? I think it's in the 60s for its defenses or something. It might not be able to take hits well enough. Which would be a shame. I would love to actually be able to use this thing. Because again, it can do some very good momentum preservation stuff. And it has a good move pool as well. So it's always possible, but I think there might just be a little bit too... Oh wow, okay. That's kind of neat, I guess. Yeah, and there might just be too much competition for it. But it is one of the cooler Gen 5 mons, so, you know, might be worth a try. Alright, so what is the item over here? It's a Metal Cup. Good enough. And not necessarily an item that's too hard to find, but hey, you need them for Cypher to go to Scizors, so definitely worth keeping track of where they all are. Okay, another trade evolution thing? Stunfisk. Okay. I don't necessarily need to trade that one. I think I have it from elsewhere. Oh, this looks neat though. Wow. Whole little... Oh, not even little cave system over here. And this is where we're going to get Exploud from. Okay. Swoobat's here as well. Don't really care about Swoobat, that's already been here. So, Whismur! Exploud is probably not going to see play. It's not too fast, it's not too sturdy. However, it's another normal type that has Scrappy. But it also has, Stab Boom Burst. And enough special attack that it could actually do something with that. And it has Scrappy so that even ghost types aren't immune to it. So maybe? Very unlikely, to be honest, but maybe. It's over 100 decibels, man. I would not want to be anywhere near that. Exploud's kind of a neat Pokemon though, so you know, I'd like to see it. I just don't think I will. There's Poliwag as well, which is really good. Yeah, so let's just catch these two. Why not? So Poliwag is definitely, like, Politoed is absolutely going to see play. Rain has been in a very bad spot this gen. Mostly because, unlike every other weather condition, Rain has only had one setter. Like, traditionally, Rain has always been the most powerful weather overall, so it does kind of make sense that there aren't as many Pokemon. Wow, that does so much damage. It makes sense that there aren't as many Pokemon in the game that can set the weather up. However, every other setter, like, weather setter, basically, got brought into the game except Politoed, and it was really dumb. Because Rain only has Pelipper that can set it up. And I said it last time, but I'll say it again here. Pelipper sucks, man. It's such a bad Pokemon. So, I don't know. I've never liked it. I do understand why it saw more play than Politoed last gen. But Pelipper is so bad in this format. It gets hit by way too many things. It doesn't really deal with any of the weather setters except maybe Ninetales. And yeah, it just seems like every team that tries to use Pelipper is just a bad team. I don't know. I don't even think that's a particularly hot take. It's just not good in this format. You'd think it would be because it has Tailwind, but it just doesn't work. Politoed, on the other hand, has got a lot of bulk. It's got very good support. It's got Perish Song as well. I know people have Perish trapped with it in the past. But it's got like Helping Hand, it's got Icy Wind, you could maybe use On-Call with it if you want. It's got enough power where like Choice Specs is still reasonable. It has lost Hidden Power Electric, which could be a bit of a shame for that set, but you could absolutely still use it. It'd be really, really good. So I honestly do not see why Politoed would not like have a decent amount of use in this gen. And I was just annoyed that it wasn't in the game to begin with. Because Rain, I feel, has been unnecessarily shafted. And now it actually has a chance to shine. And that's really good. Hey, there's a Gigalith over there. Alright, what are you up to? I saw the most awesome Pokemon ever! Sure. It's Dunsparce! I didn't think Dunsparce would make it in. Okay, obviously Dunsparce isn't going to see play. Isn't that awesome? Okay, yeah, weather definitely has always been a thing in terms of what Pokemon get seen when. There's a Azumarill! I didn't think it was going to be in here. Okay, Azumarill is another one I think will see play. Primarina has shown how powerful Water Fairy as a type is. I still think Primarina is going to be, like, stupid strong. But Azumarill's huge power Aqua Jet is great. It can work with Dynamax as well. If you put it under Trick Room, you can easily use Azumarill even as a Dynamax Pokemon. It does not have to be locked into Aqua Jet, like spam, and that's it. However, it has that Aqua Jet spam to use. Very, very powerful priority that will make stuff like Excadrill a lot warier than they've been, you know, beforehand. Alright, so far nothing too special. Hey, it's a Lickitung too. Alright, Licky isn't going to see play. That much is fairly obvious. I ran a meme thing with this in Gen 6 with Bear that we used Mashana, and I gave him my Mashana for a bit to use for like Trick Room Telepathy Helping Hand and a Life Orb Explosion on Licky. And that was really funny. And we actually like one-shot a Hydreigon and something else with it as well. It was pretty fun, because Telepathy stopped you from hitting yourself with Explosion. Unfortunately, Explosion is not a TM anymore, so that wouldn't even be usable. And yeah, I just don't think Licky will do anything. Snorlax isn't even necessarily seeing that much play right now, and Snorlax is just much better than Licky. Let's be real. So yeah, that one isn't going to do anything of note. But that's fine, not every Pokemon has to, right? Oh, this is one I'm excited for though, Druddigon over here. I don't know, something tells me that this might be Druddigon's time. I think maybe Dynamax is what this guy needs. Druddigon's moveset is ridiculous, and if you want a Dragon type for Trick Room, this is like one of the two main options that I could see being great. The other one we have not seen yet. But yeah, dude, this thing gets Iron Head, it gets Sucker Punch, so it does have priority too. Sheer Force is an option on it, although Sheer Force doesn't work with Dynamax, but that's still something you can use. Mold Breaker could potentially be good. You could use this against Mimikyu. Max Steel Spike it, which is fine. What else could you do? You can do, yeah, like Sheer Force, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, that type of stuff. It has a very strong Max Wormwind. It's got a lot of attack. Respectable bulk. It's got Rough Skin as well. So, yeah, you can punish contact moves with it quite nicely. So, I don't know. Again, I think it's got potential. It's just, it's always just been, like, too slow, I guess, and, you know, there's been a lot of other really powerful dragons to use, and it just hasn't necessarily seen all the play that it could have, but I think it's another one of those Pokemon where Dynamax could actually help. Is it actually going to see play? Probably not. If I'm being totally honest, it probably won't really see much experimentation, but I would not be surprised if it actually turns out to be okay. Anyhow, we are getting kinda late into this one, but I still just want to do a little bit more exploring down here. Is that Quillfish? I think that's Quillfish, right? No, it's Poliwag in thing. There's Whiscash. Yeah, I want to see what is this. Just a hardstone? That's kind of boring. There might be other stuff there in, different days, so... But yeah, there's an awful lot of places to explore around here, and there's Poliwag. Heck yeah, go flex for us, dude. Yeah, there we go. Whoa! Surprise! I didn't think Chansey was going to show up here, but... Okay, so here's a Pokemon I'm sure nobody wanted back. I really am not sure how I feel about this. So on the one hand, Minimize is really dumb. And Chansey has never been anything but a really stupid, annoying meme. However, I actually don't think it's gonna be any good. One of the biggest reasons that I don't think it's good is because Minimize gets nullified by Dynamax. If the opponent Dynamaxes, then they don't actually have to worry about hitting you, because all of their moves are completely accurate. So I don't actually think that it's going to be very strong. I might be wrong, but I'm not as worried about Chansey as I am about a lot of other Pokemon that could potentially be coming back. Rip singles again though, because this plus the Skarmory, etc., or Corviknight itself, there's a bunch of stuff that isn't necessarily too great for, for that stuff. I guess it has Healing Wish as the potential thing, but Healing Wish is not good in VGC though, right? So yeah, I don't see Chansey really being a particularly big threat. But it is something that you're going to have to look out for on the ladder. And I do sometimes lack fighting coverage, so yeah, that is to be also it's really annoying to catch. Yeah, that's going to be something of a concern, I guess. Cinderace being popular at the moment though is definitely going to hurt it a lot, because Cinderace usually has high jump kick. So I don't know. That's kind of my thoughts on Chansey. Okay, that actually did a little bit more than I thought it would. So yeah, it's got Soft Boil with Healing Wish, Last Resort, Double Edge is the moveset from the wild here. So we'll see. Hopefully I can catch it. If not, I have one that I can transfer over. But alright, cool. That's a good spot to end on. A little bit of a longer part here, but yeah, there's a lot to explore in this place, and that's mostly what I'm going to be going for. But yeah, lucky find. And then delicious but packed with nutrition. Yep. No lucky egg on this one, but that's fine. Yes, hello. Yeah, I figured you would chase me. Alright, so that's pretty much gonna do it for this part. I'm gonna catch that Poliwrath off screen now, I think, because I can do that. So, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed yourselves. I'm loving the looks of the place at the moment. Honestly, there's a lot to explore here, and this is what I wanted to see out of the DLC stuff here. Because one of the big problems I had with the base game was that exploration was just non-existent, really. And this is just a much better wild area than what we got in the base game. So I am loving this right now. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the content yourselves as well. So yeah, till next time, take care everyone. Bye! Also, Woobat flapping is kind of adorable.